The masterclass comprises over 100 videos, approximately 30 hours in total, divided into 10 courses. You can watch the videos in any order you choose and as many times as you like to ensure that you implement all the advice and guidance to best effect. Full details are on my website, but I'll very briefly discuss the content of each course and its objectives so that you can decide which sections are relevant to you. In my Strategies for Buying and Selling SMEs course, I explain the major risks and problems involved in buying a company and show you how to mitigate or avoid them. I then discuss the common errors and pitfalls in the process of selling a company, so you can complete a transaction successfully with measurable and finite liabilities. Interlaced with the advice on buying and selling companies, I discuss negotiation tactics and practical valuation procedures from the point of view of both a buyer and a seller. And I also discuss the additional problems which I've usually encountered when dealing with family-owned companies and suggest practical and successful solutions. Together with this information, I describe the various roles of the corporate advisors, reporting accountants, lawyers and other experts involved in a corporate deal, so that you'll then understand what all the other professionals are supposed to be doing, as you'll be instructing them on some deals and working with them or for them on others. My Due Diligence for Buying and Selling Companies course will give you a practical understanding of the objectives and procedures of a commercial due diligence investigation, which is a much more interesting subject than its name suggests. Due diligence can never eliminate risk, but methodically undertaken, it'll reduce a buyer's post-acquisition surprise. Your commercial due diligence knowledge will enable you rationally to devise appropriate warranties against undisclosed problems, and forcefully to insist upon suitable indemnities in respect of disclosures against such warranties, failing receipt of which you'll have rock-solid arguments to negotiate an appropriate reduction in an initially agreed price. As an alternative to an acquisition, my Joint Ventures and Strategic Alliances course explains how to draw on the resources of others to grow a business without the risks of making an acquisition. I explain how to identify a suitable joint venture partner, how to establish a workable structure, and how to plan an efficient exit route upon termination. In my Understanding Corporate Finance Documents course, I explain the content and terminology of the core legal documents required for a corporate deal and their intended consequences. So when negotiations reach an impasse, you'll recognise the usual compromise positions. I also discuss particular problem areas so that you'll understand what the lawyers should be seeking to achieve on your behalf. Along the way, you'll become very familiar with the meaning and effect of a lot of corporate finance terms such as comfort letters, side letters, preconditions, covenants, representations, warranties and indemnities, disclosure, rescission, joint and several liability, baskets, thresholds and caps, completion accounts, locked box mechanisms and many more. I also describe how to manage a physical completion meeting and explain how to resolve the various showstoppers that often threaten to jeopardise the successful conclusion of a deal. My Understanding Sale and Purchase Agreements course sets out the structure of a sale and purchase agreement and explains the interreaction and effect of representations, warranties and indemnities, with advice on how to negotiate a good deal, which is a function of the price and the terms of a contract. My Understanding Loan Documents and Security course focuses on the content and terminology of example loan documents and their intended consequences. I explain the structure of a loan agreement and the types of loan you can have and the security you're going to be asked for. I also highlight important danger areas from the points of view of both the lender and the borrower. My video courses are identical to my private in-house training courses, which have trained thousands of professional advisors and business owners from around the world, and draw on my 30 years experience in the City of London as a lawyer, stockbroker, corporate advisor and investment banker. You may be an accountant or a lawyer, perhaps already advising clients on corporate deals. Or you may own or manage a company, planning to make an acquisition. Perhaps you're an investment banker, leaving the world of mega deals to buy a business of your own, or looking for a portfolio career as a non-executive director. Or you may be selling a company and want to double check that your professional advisors are acting effectively on your behalf. Whatever your professional background, these videos will extend your commercial knowledge and expertise to a level where you'll thoroughly understand how to plan, negotiate, manage and close a corporate deal at the best price and on the best terms.